Good morning everyone and welcome to the class. Today we are going to start a new chapter in political theory and the name of the chapter is freedom. As I told you, the whole book deals with various ideals and values of political theory, and freedom which is the one of the most important ideal of political theory. So we are going to start the chapter. First of all, we have seen history present before us the examples of so many communities and people who were dominated by the more powerful groups, and these people or communities, they lacked freedom. There was absence of freedom in the society. There was absence of freedom for the people of these communities. And we also know that no one likes to be in such domination. Everyone wants to be in control of their own life. Everyone wants that his or her life should be in control of their own. They should not be controlled by someone else. And in our own country, we have witnessed that we have struggled for freedom for almost, we were under the British rule for almost 200 years, and we fought against this domination. And in this fight, we have seen that so many people have sacrificed their life, but they were not worried for their life because they were fighting for much more important thing than life, and that was freedom. So freedom is such an important value that many times people do not hesitate to sacrifice their life for the sake of freedom. So first of all, our need is to know the meaning of freedom. What do we mean by freedom? Freedom is actually, we can say, it's a state. It's a desire of people in which people want that they should they should control their own life. No one else should control their life, but they should control their life and destinies. And they must have the freedom to express themselves. In whatever way they want to express themselves, they must be free to express themselves. These are the important thing about freedom. And we see that not only individuals but the whole society wants to be free, and the whole society wants to protect its culture. So society is freedom is the, we can say, freedom is the goal, and we all effort to achieve that goal. If there is any kind of hurdle in the way of achieving this freedom, we fight for that. So we see that freedom is very important, but what we come to know that with freedom there is one more thing is always associated, and that is restraints and constraints, because freedom can never be complete. We can never have complete freedom, because whenever people are living together, there is need of some rules and regulation. We cannot live peacefully without rules and regulations. We need some rules, we need some regulations. And what are these rules and regulations? These rules and regulations are putting limitations on our freedom. So freedom can never be absolute. Complete freedom can never be there. There must be some restrictions, there must be some constraints on the freedom of individual, because if there will be some constraints, if there will be some restrictions, then we will feel secure, and in this secure atmosphere we will be able to develop our personality in full capability. So this is very important. We see that freedom के साथ constraint and restrictions जो है वो हमेशा जुड़े रहते हैं, ठीक है. So in political theory, what is the main issue? The main issue is what should be the limitation, how much restriction, what restrictions should be there on the freedom of the people. So in this chapter we will discuss all these things. Okay, so now we are going to start the chapter, and the chapter starts with the ideal of freedom. Okay, this is page number 18, ideal of freedom. Okay, before we set out to answer these questions, let us stop for a moment and consider this. The autobiography of one of the greatest persons of the 20th century, Nelson Mandela, is titled Long Walk to Freedom. So first of all, we are seeing that in your where the chapter starts, you will see the photograph of Nelson Mandela and Aung San Suu Kyi. So these are the people who sacrificed their whole life for the cause of freedom. So we see that Nelson Mandela has written his autobiography, and the name of his autobiography is The Long Walk to Freedom. Long Walk to Freedom, the name itself describes the long struggle that Nelson Mandela underwent for the purpose of achieving freedom for the whole country. So the long walk of freedom. The Long Walk to Freedom. In this book, he talks about his personal struggle against the apartheid regime in South Africa. We all know, you are studying this about this apartheid from your standard 8, that in South Africa there was discrimination on the basis of the color of the skin, which was called apartheid, and on the according to this policy of apartheid, there was adopted the policy of segregation. Everything was separate for black people and for white people. So Nelson Mandela started his book with his personal struggle against the apartheid regime in South Africa, about the resistance of his people to the segregationist policies of the white regime, how people reacted against this segregation policy of the government, which was white government. The people who formed the government belonged to the white community. About the humiliation, hardships and police brutality suffered by the black people of South Africa. So in this book he has described the apartheid policy of the government, and accordingly the government adopted segregation policy, and what was his personal experience, how people reacted against all these segregation policy, the reaction of the black people against these policies, and then his how the police brutally tried to suppress the movement of the people, the struggle of the people. So all these things are there in the book. These ranged from being bundled into township and being denied easy movement about the country to being denied a free choice of whom to marry. So what was the extent of this segregation policy? The extent of this segregation policy that their living space was different, and not only their living space was different, but the residential place of white people were very clean and hygienic, and the residential places of black people, the whole area, that was very polluted. So they were bundled into township. Their living space was very bad. They were not provided proper facilities, and moreover what we see that they were denied easy movement about the country. They can't move in the country easily. They have to take permit in order to pass through the white area. They cannot pass through the white area freely. If they have some work, if they have to go to the white area, or if they have to pass through the white area, in that situation they have to take a permit. Then only they can pass through the white area. And not only this, they were not free to choose to whom they want to marry. So what was these are the policy of the government. And why this policy of government was followed? Because the government was not the government of the people of South Africa. It was colonial government. South Africa was under colonial rule. Okay. Collectively, such measures constituted a body of constraints imposed by the apartheid regime that discriminated between citizens based on their race. This was racism, isn't it? The color of the skin, for which we are not responsible. It is our race. According to our race, the color of the skin is determined. And this apartheid was based on apartheid was a manifestation of racism. The policy was racist. The colonial government in South Africa followed the racist policy. Everything was good. Everything was favorable for white people, and everything was highly unfavorable for black people. So this was the condition which was prevailing in South Africa for so many years. For Mandela and his colleagues, it was the struggle against such unjust constraints. So in the beginning, I told you that we cannot think of freedom in absolute term. Wherever freedom is there, there always will be restrictions and constraints. Okay, restriction and constraint होना बिल्कुल नेचुरल है. जहाँ भी फ्रीडम होगी वहाँ कुछ ना कुछ रूल्स होंगे, कुछ ना कुछ रेगुलेशंस होंगे, और उस पर कॉन्स्ट्रेंट लगेगा. We can't enjoy absolute freedom, and that is also not desirable. We will not like to enjoy absolute freedom, because that will convert human being into animals. So there is need of some regulation, there is need of some constraint. But in this South Africa, in the country South Africa, we are seeing the constraints which were put by the government was totally unjust. Okay, so the constraints were unjust. Why the constraints were unjust? Why we will say that in South Africa the government imposed unjust constraints on the people? Because these constraints were based on the racism. These constraints were based on the color of the skin of the people. So it was, because of this, it was unjust. Okay. So Mandela and his colleague, it was the struggle against such unjust constraint, the struggle to remove the obstacle to the freedom of all the people of South Africa. That was the long walk to freedom. So we see that for Nelson Mandela and his colleague, what was required? It was the struggle against unjust constraint, and it was the struggle to remove the hurdles, remove the obstacles which was there on the freedom of the people of South Africa. And in this regard, you must remember that Nelson Mandela was not only for the black people. He was not struggling for the rights and freedoms of the black people, but he was struggling for rights and freedoms of all the people of South Africa, in which white people were also included along with black people. So his concept was that there should not be any kind of discrimination on the basis of the color of the skin. So this was his struggle. His struggle was against such. He was not the single person. There was a group of people who were with him. He was the leader of the movement, freedom movement of South Africa. So he and his colleague, they struggled to remove these unjust constraints. They struggled to remove all the obstacles which were there in the path of development of all people of South Africa. So it was the long walk to freedom. They have to walk very long distance in order to achieve freedom. Okay. Now, for this freedom, Mandela spent 28 years of his life in jail, often in solitary confinement. So you can just imagine a person has spent 28 years of his life in jail, and that too in solitary confinement. Solitary means he was alone in the prison. There was no one with him in the prison with whom he can talk to. So this was the kind of brutality, this was the kind of torture which he faced in his life, because he was struggling for freedom. He was fighting for freedom. He was there for the cause of freedom. Imagine what it meant to give up one's youth for an ideal, to voluntarily give up the pleasure of talking with one's friend, of playing one's favorite game, of wearing one's favorite cloth, of listening to one's favorite music, of enjoying the many festivals that are part of one's life. So just imagine what kind of situation was Mandela facing. He spent 28 years of his life, that too the the 28 years of his youth life. 28 years of his youth life was spent in jail. He was it was his choice. He was put in jail. Why was he put in jail? Because he was struggling for freedom. He was fighting for freedom. For freedom of whom? For freedom of the whole people of the South Africa. And in order to achieve this freedom, he lost his freedom completely. He was in jail. He was not able to do anything what he wanted. He was not able to talk to anybody. He was not able to play anything. He was not able to wear anything which he wanted to wear, a favorite cloth. He was not able to listen to music. He was not able to enjoy any of the festivals. So it was not any compulsion on him. It was his choice. उन्होंने अपनी मर्जी से ये रास्ता चुना, और ये रास्ता जो उन्होंने चुना, that was for the whole country. This is what we called, that is why we call that he sacrificed his life for the freedom of the country. This is sacrifice. कि if he would not have fought against the system, if he had accepted everything, okay, everything is fine, segregation policy is fine, apartheid policy is fine, I have nothing to do against this system, तो क्या होता? एटलीस्ट वो अपनी लाइफ तो फ्रीली, जो भी सिस्टम था उसके अंदर रहते हुए अपनी कुछ तो फ्रीडम मिला होता, अपने फैमिली के साथ रहते, किसी से बात करते, अपने हिसाब से कपड़े पहनते, अपने हिसाब से गाना सुनते, एटलीस्ट इतना तो वो कर सकते थे उस अपार्थाइड रेजिम में रहते हुए. बट इट वाज हिज चॉइस कि ही वाज नॉट देयर फॉर ओनली फॉर हिज फ्रीडम. He wanted that this unjust constraint should be ended. That is why he started his fight, and because of his fight he was put in jail. So always you must understand that if Nelson Mandela spent 28 years of his life in jail, that was his choice. In the similar way, we can say that Bhagat Singh, if Bhagat Singh was hanged, that was not under any compulsion. It was his choice. उन्होंने अपने आज़ादी, अपने नहीं, अपने देश की आज़ादी के लिए he sacrificed his life. तो this is my choice कि हम क्या चाहते हैं. हमको सिर्फ अपना पर्सनल लाइफ से मतलब है, या हम एक ग्रेट कॉज के लिए अपनी लाइफ को लगाना चाहते हैं. ओके, सो this we see. Imagine giving all these up and choosing instead to be locked up alone in a room. He gave up everything. He has no desire for his own life. He has no desire for himself. He locked him up in a room for 28 years. Not knowing when one would be released. He was not knowing when he was in jail. He was not knowing that after 28 years he will be released. He maybe many times the thought must have come into his mind that his whole life will be spent in jail only. So this is a kind of sacrifice about which we just can imagine how great this sacrifice was, and the cause of sacrifice is freedom. So just understand the importance of freedom. Why we are studying all these things? We are studying all these in order to make you understand the importance of the ideal of freedom. For the ideal of freedom, a person is ready to spend his whole life in jail and in solitary confinement. So that is the importance of freedom. That is the spirit of freedom. Okay? Not knowing when one would be released, only because one campaigned for the freedom of one's people. And what was the reason for putting him into jail? Because he started his fight for the people of South Africa. He was not going to achieve anything personally. He was fighting for the whole country. He was fighting for the whole society. For freedom, Mandela paid a very high personal price. अपनी personal life को उन्होंने sacrifice कर दिया for freedom of the people. This is the importance of freedom. So this is about Nelson Mandela, how he started, how he pursued the goal of freedom. And in order to achieve that freedom, in order to achieve the freedom for the whole country, he sacrificed his personal life. And that is the reason we are studying him. That is the reason he has become immortal. If he has gone for personal happiness and personal pleasures, then in this classroom you and me were not going to discuss about Nelson Mandela. So this is the importance. Okay, now there is another story, and this is about the leader of Myanmar, and her name is Aung San Suu Kyi. Okay. So this is now we are going to know about Aung San Suu Kyi. Okay. Now take another case. Gandhiji's thought on non-violence have been a source of inspiration for Aung San Suu Kyi, as she remains today under house arrest in Myanmar, separated from her children, unable to visit her husband when he was dying of cancer, because she feared that if she left Myanmar to visit him in England, she would not be able to return. So this is about Aung San Suu Kyi. She was a leader of Myanmar, and she was very much impressed by the thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi's thought of non-violence was a great source of inspiration for this young leader, and she played a vital role in changing the military rule of Burma to democratic rule. In Burma, Burma is now Myanmar. In Myanmar, there was no democracy, and there was military rule, and that military rule was highly oppressive. And Aung San Suu Kyi, she started her fight against this oppressive rule of military, and in this fight she was totally involved, and she sacrificed her personal life. She was not there to enjoy the pleasures of life. She was kept in house arrest, and in this way she was separated from her children. She was not able to be with her children. So only a mother can understand her pain, how much pain was she undergoing when she was separated from her children. Not only this, she was even unable to visit her husband when he was dying of cancer, and because he was at that time in England. And Aung San Suu Kyi, she has the fear that if she leaves Myanmar at that time, then she will not be able to come back to Myanmar. She may be prohibited from coming back to Myanmar, and in this way she will not be able to fight for the people of Myanmar. So in this way we also see that just like Nelson Mandela, this Aung San Suu Kyi, this lady, has also sacrificed her personal life for the people of Myanmar. She is fighting for the ideal of freedom. She wants freedom. She wants democracy. So this is the importance of the ideal of freedom. Her book of essays bears the title Freedom from Fear. She says, for me, real freedom is freedom from fear. And unless you can live free from fear, you cannot live a dignified human life. So, the name of the book is Freedom from Fear. The book written by Aung San Suu Kyi is Freedom from Fear. Okay. And in this book, it is her opinion that what is freedom? Freedom is freedom from fear. If we are fearing, if we have fear in our mind, then we are not free. If we have fear in our mind, then we will not be able to live a dignified human life. We will be always under fear, and this fear will always obstruct in living a dignified life. So what is important aspect of freedom? What is the most important element in freedom according to Aung San Suu Kyi is freedom from fear. There should not be the atmosphere of fear, and this atmosphere of fear was prevailing under the military rule in Myanmar. Okay, so we will discuss from here only in the next class.